What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the reasons why I blame God and the universe and this reality and this realm for a lot of people's problems and a lot of people suffering within this human experience. Now, I feel like my reasons and how I view things makes a lot of sense to me. Maybe the average person wouldn't understand it because either they never experienced it or they can't grasp it or they simply disagree, which is fine. So I'm gonna list out the reasons why. So a reason why like I blame God and universe for a lot of things is because according to because I've studied a lot of spiritual channels and people making spiritual topics about certain things. So when they say that there's people in here that are meant to break generational curses and generational trauma, and and that's the case, then the fact that they're born and that's why they're experiencing dysfunctional families and abuse and all that. So technically, did they sign up for this? And if you were to say if people were to sign up for certain abuse and certain toxic things, so are you saying that the average person who goes through like hardships and being homeless or being attacked or being shot up or getting robbed, did they sign up for that? Did people sign up having one leg or being disabled? Most likely not. So there's no way hell people do that. So is it a coincidence? And even if it is a coincidence, that tells you how evil this world really is. The fact that you could lose an arm, you could lose a leg, you could get shot up, you could be homeless. So that in itself tells you that this is hell. So could it be that, or could it be God or the universe making you experience those things just so you can spiritually evolve and grow and heal? And the reason why I'm saying those things because those are what spiritual people are saying. So if spiritual people who make spiritual videos and content, if they're saying things like you're meant to break generational curses, you're meant to break generational trauma, then technically, are they also saying that God and the universe are making people experiencing that they're making people who are incarnated in here to experience certain types of abuse and certain a lot of dysfunctional things and enslavement and a lot of suffering in this lifetime? Not just this lifetime, but in many lifetimes, because throughout human history, there's been a lot of wars and battles and enslavement going on. There are, we do experience good times and happy times, but it's only temporary. For the most part, we're not really enjoying our lives. We're just coping with life. This is why everyone has a story when it comes to suffering. We're not really living life because everything costs money and there's a lot of enslavement going on. We're not living life. We're just on survival mode. So, but also like the fact that this whole human history, we've never been really free, really. We're free to a certain extent, but not really. We're still forced to work. We're being overworked. We're still being underpaid. Everything is expensive. And we have a small amount of people who rule over this world, who controls the whole masses. And this has been going on since human history. And throughout human history, there's been so much wars and battles and enslavement going on. You know what I'm saying? And also so yeah, so it's just stuff like that where like, without a doubt, this human experience is not enjoyable in my eyes. Like, if reincarnation is a real thing, I will not come back here. I will not reincarnate here simply because there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of restriction. You can't really live a life. The reason why a lot of people have mental health issues and there's a lot of depression and a lot of people are stuck in life is because of the society. The society is responsible for creating a lot of crimes, a lot of mental health issues because of the money system and all this shit. And if God and the universe, if they are real, why are they allowing things like this to happen? Some people may say it's the devil. Some people may say it's free will. Well, if we do have free will, then how come astrology is a real thing? How come people are able to make predictions off of astrology? How come people have certain astrological signs that kind of dictates their behaviors and their tendencies? There's even astrological studies that could tell when someone's about to die, or like you see their perfection house series. We have a first house perfection year, a second house perfection year, a third house perfection year, and each of these houses means that you're meant to experience different things, and they seem fucking accurate. And you have astrologers who break this shit down, so that's proof that like we don't have free will because we're controlled by certain astrological events to a certain extent. So you know what I'm saying? So it's also weird how like people who make spiritual videos, who make spiritual content, they say that that you're meant to break generational curses, and you're meant to break generational trauma, and you're meant to create generational wealth. So that means that's why they're born into a dysfunctional family and a very retarded family and experiencing all this abuse. That's why they're the black sheep of the family and the scapegoats of the family. So technically, did God put them through that shit? So that's what I'm saying. So this is why I blame God and the universe. I'm not saying that these are facts, but these are certain scenarios I play, because obviously this shit can be a coincidence, because a lot of people are experiencing this shit. You know, the reason why I say a lot of people are experiencing this shit, because videos I talk about this, and you have thousands and millions of views and likes and people commenting that they're experiencing the same thing. Same thing with spiritual warfare. Same thing, people experiencing narcissistic abuse and narcissism. You know what I'm saying? So are they meant to experience that as well? And the reason why people are narcissistic, there's a lot of narcissism, there's a lot of evil energy at play, where demonic entities can feed off of negative energy and shit, where people, so it could make people's behaviors continue to act like that because they have a negative entity attachment, is because of the societies, because of this world, because it makes people vibrate low, because the nature of how evil and corrupted this world is, because you have a group of small ass people who rule over this world for over thousands of years, and the fact that this reality, this realm is able to let a small group of people to get away with that shit, that means this reality, this realm, God or universe, whoever is orchestrating this whole experience, they're at fault pretty much, because they're allowing shit like this to happen. You know what I'm saying? And if for real is a real thing, then I'm pretty sure human beings can use their free will to end on this shit, but clearly that's not happening. So that comes to and certain people say that this is a test, or like we're experiencing a punishment, or like the reason why the part of the human experience to learn lessons and to experience things and to evolve, and the best way for soul and spirits to evolve as a soul and spirit is to reincarnate to a human and to go through a lot of pain and suffering. That's the fastest way to evolve or grow spiritually. So it makes sense the human experience is not really pleasant. It's not how we think it is. It's more so of a school for us to go through bullshit and learn lessons. This is why there's so much bullshit. Nothing really changes. There's so much corruption and a lot of unfairness. So these are the scenarios. So it's weird. It's getting hot. I'm gonna turn on my car. I don't know if it's gonna end this video. If it does, then I'll make a part 2. But yeah, now I was saying, I'm surprised the video didn't end it. But like, as I was saying, like, yeah, but everything is unfair, because we don't have true freedom, in my opinion, because the nature of this world, we're like, you got to pay for everything. We're not really living life. The average human spent most of their lives either trying to make money or trying to make ends meet, or them just trying to like work their ass off, because it's just